Coach, all right, Coach, first question, row three to your right.
Becky, that zone really seemed to kind of change the game for you on the defensive end. What were you seeing that realized you wanted to try that out, especially after not maybe having gone
Well,
to it?
I was seeing them score too much against our man, for one. So we just wanted to mix it up. I thought them getting the ball in the paint, whether it was off the pass or penetration, was really hurting us. It was putting us very vulnerable on the backside with those threes. Just tried something different to where maybe we didn't give up the middle so easily. We were able to fan out a little bit better and find those shooters.
Coach, second row center.
Hi, Maggie Hendricks with Yahoo Sports. Obviously, the bench played a huge role in that, and you already commented on how there's been more of a bench this season. How has that kind of made your job easier?
Well, you got options. I mean, Jewel, you know what Jewel's been. She's been in this league a long time, but Dana is a little scorer. I mean, she is a problem. And you saw in the previous series, Indiana switched their whole defense whenever she came in the game. They jumped into their zone to try to keep her out of that paint. But, you know, I thought we responded well in the second half. You know, even some of the shots they hit some tough ones, and you just gotta weather those storms. But there's definitely things that we know we can do better.
Coach, second row all the way to the left.
Hi, Becky. Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. To piggyback off that,
I didn't know that.
for anyone that's listening, to piggyback off that, you've done you've obviously seen what Jewel and Dana can do. And it's one of those things where they become hot within that game. Is there something you can do to sort of embrace that and carry it into the next game, or is it something that you just hope that they do?
I mean, those are two really big-time players. So the carryover, I mean, we have something I took from the Spurs. It's called the Spurs 100. And Dana scored higher than I've ever seen anybody score in a very tough shooting drill. So Jewel, you know, led the league a couple of years in scoring. Like, we know what they're capable of, and I thought, you know, I had told both Jackie and Chelsea to get those two going early. Try to get them as many as look. Jewel came out in the first half, gave us a really good punch, and then Dana really took fire in the second half. But just, we have weapons. We want to use them all because we're harder to guard that way. And I always tell them, you know, it was just a really great time for our bench to come up and have a big game, because I think you saw a little bit of fatigue maybe from Jackie and Asia, who kind of carried us through that last game 5. So, you know, the rest is really important at this point for both of them. You know, and that's what makes us a difficult team, you know, is because we do have that potential for somebody else to come up and get 20. Not just A and Jack and, you know, Chelsea, but multiple options. And they were timely today. Oh, my goodness, our bench was huge.
Coach, to your left in the front row.
I think here. Hey, Becky. Kareem
Hi.
Copeland, Washington Post. Sticking with Dana, not only did she get hot offensively, but 4 steals. I think she was the first player in finals history with 5 threes and 4 steals.
And 2 rebounds.
Yeah, that too.
Where are you guys come up with these stats? But yes.
The league. Just that part of her game also, besides the offensive, what did you like about her on the other end of the floor also?
Well, we had a little talk at halftime about just how to play the AT pick and roll was hurting us in the first half. So we looked at some clips at halftime, made the appropriate adjustments, and started doing it better. You know, Ka had 19 at half, ended with 21. AT had 10 at half, ended with 15. So really attention to detail on those 2 players that were really hurting us. Satu got off a little bit in the second half, but like at the end of the day, they're professional scorers. You're not going to be able to stop them. The score's not going to be, you know, 12-12. So you try to take away the easy ones, make the little adjustments that you can do in real time, and then you know, you go play. But it also allowed us to protect Dana a little bit, the zone, so that they couldn't put her in all the actions. You know, and we knew they were going to, you know, we had talked about it and Dana knew about it, you know, but yeah, it was obviously a lot better. I still feel like we can do some of our base stuff a little bit better, especially in the post.
All right, we have time for 3 more because our Vegas players are on the way. Next 2 questions will come from the front row to the right and then in the back over here.
Keeping the conversation on Dana, she just is such a nuisance on the defensive end. She's like the Energizer Bunny out there. What do you see from her on the day-to-day, the way she practices, the way she prepares, that maybe reinforces what we see on the court in a game like this?
I mean, she's a pro. She's consistent. She stays ready. She does the work, whether she's going to get, you know, 25 minutes or 15 minutes. She just stays locked in. You know, she's the fastest person probably on the court. So I call her Gears because I like her to get to different gears. But she's an impact player, right? Like you feel her when she comes into the game. And you feel her on both ends. So for somebody to be that size and you really feel her on both ends, especially in that second half, her just digging it up, going for balls. And then obviously we know she can shoot. That baby can shoot. All my shooting drills, she busts.
Staying in the front row to your right, Coach.
Hey, Becky. Do you have any update on Chelsea's ankle? It's the same one that she hurt in Game 5, right?
Yeah, I think she's going to be okay. She did twist it a little bit worse, I thought, but I mean, she's a warrior. She's going to, if there's a way, if she's getting up off that court, she's going to come back.
And then kind of a tough game for Nalissa today. Is it more just you couldn't find time for her because of the smaller lineup working, or do you imagine?
It was a smaller lineup. I felt like we needed a score.
My bad.
You got your laptop in there? Jeez. I don't know what I was saying. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, I mean, early on she got in some foul trouble, and then it's just really hard to. There's a lot of options, right? Like I only can play 5 at a time, and so it was just more about just what I felt was going to be working for us going forward, and kind of just the flow. But I always want Liz in there doing work and being tough on the glass for us. There's no doubt we need her.
Last question for Coach. In the
Bring it back,
back to the left.
Bad picking with the Athletic. Just 2 quickies. 1, do you remember Dana's score or high score at the Spurs 100 drill? And 2, pregame, you predicted that the bench.
I was talking about you.
Oh.
And second part would just be pregame, you predicted that the bench would be the difference maker tonight. Do you have any predictions to make for game 2?
I have a crystal ball at home. No, I have no predictions. I predict our defense will be better.
Please predict that.
Yes, that's my prediction. I don't know her exact score, but I know it was over 90, which is bonkers. I don't know the exact score.
86, 89.
No, not our score. Oh, your Spurs 100 score.
Oh, sorry. I was.
No, you guys are gonna have.
It was 95 out of 103.
I don't know, but it was ridiculous.
Something.
It was ridiculous. I never heard of a score like that. I was just talking about your shooting.
Oh, thanks. I have a picture of it, but.
But you'll have to do your homework on what all that entails, because it's kind of a secret society thing.
They mad.
Not really. Everybody steals everything in the NBA, so. Is that it for me? All right.
Coach, thank you. Dana, Asia will start to your left in the second row.
Asia, Becky made mention that
Coach, stop.
Dana and Jewel came in and did what they did at the right time. She sort of felt as if you and Jackie maybe still were feeling a little of the effects of Game 5